Peace was good. Welcome to another installment of random thing that irks me. This is part five. It's been a couple of months since I've done one. It's about close to like 3 months since I've recorded a rant. Without further ado, let me start with this first subject. Is these political ads? I don't really see the point of these motherfuckers. Like, it's just motherfuckers bitching about the other person. It doesn't really affect us. Well, it does in a way, but it doesn't. If that makes sense. It's just fucking motherfuckers bitching about shit that they did in the past. Like, for example, oh yeah, Barack Obama used to smoke weed. Okay, big fucking deal. That's what people do when they're young. You know what I mean? Maybe people their age, but what business is that of yours? If you're a good person, what the fuck does it matter? Like, it doesn't matter. It shows that he's human. He's a human fucking being. Like, I don't understand that. Like, and it's like, shit like that. It just fucking irks me. Like, what is, how is that helping the issues that we're facing as American citizens, or, as citizens of the world? Like, what is that? How is that helping us? Okay, yeah, people fuck up. You're human. You know what I mean? Everybody has their fucking flaws. That's what makes you fucking human. If you don't have flaws, I don't consider you human. You know what I mean? Um, it doesn't help us, as people. Talk about shit that's going on. Okay, I'm 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 an expert in this field. Like, okay, I used to be a real estate. I used to be a real estate agent. Whatever. The foreclosures going on. Because foreclosures is an all time high. People losing jobs. Or I used to be an economist. I know how to. Me as a president, I know how to, you know, fix the economy. Blah 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 blah. It's shit like that you guys should be addressing. You know what I mean? Not this whole bullshit. Oh, he used to be a party animal. He used to be a bully. Blah 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 blah. Like, who gives a fuck? It means that you're fucking human. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's stupid. And I just hope, like, this shit is over, because I'm getting tired of seeing this shit. Like, even on Facebook, I seen, like, and I got the fucking timeline, which pissed me off. Um, you know, on the ads, I remember for like 3 weeks, I was getting like anti-Obama ads. Like, that shit was annoying. Like, I would have to keep refreshing my fucking on my page just so I don't get that. You know what I mean? But they put a stop to that, thank God. But and another thing too, like, I'm tired of hearing people, especially black people, saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna vote because they're all liars." Blah blah blah. Politicians are all liars and shit like that, which is true to an extent, but at the same time, you know, we've gone so far as people to get where we at. You know what I mean? And then we still don't get the respect. You know, we still don't get the respect that we deserve. Like, especially during history, like, with racism, slavery, and shit like that. And for you guys to say that I'm not gonna vote because such and such, like, it's a slap in the face. You got certain countries and certain places where they don't have the freedom that we have. We bitch, but then you go to other countries that they have no fucking rights. For example, you go to Saudi Arabia, those Middle Eastern countries. Women do not have rights. Like, they can't drive, they can't go shopping, shit like that. Like, they live in this, I don't know, like the Stone Age mentality. Not all, and I don't want to offend it, but not every country is like that in the Middle East. But there's some places like Saudi Arabia that women do not have rights. You know what I mean? They don't have rights. Like, they can't drive, they can't do none of that. And then you got motherfuckers saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna vote because such and such and such." Like, it's so ignorant. If you don't want to vote, that's your business. But and don't vote because of somebody's past. Don't vote because of somebody's color. Vote for somebody's idea. You know what I mean? And I voted for Obama because of his ideas, not because he was black. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was cool to see another a black president. That's cool, but that doesn't fix the issue that we're facing right now. And another thing too, that's pissing me off. A lot of you motherfuckers that voted for Obama, all of a sudden now you're saying, "Oh, yo, he's a puppet. He's this, he's that." But then when you when he first came to the scene, all y'all niggas was on his dick. You know what I mean? But now all of a sudden, like, oh, you know, the economy's not fixed right now, blah, 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 blah. I would do this, I would do that. Yeah, you become a president. The shit that he has to go through. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these fucking pricks on Congress that have to, that, you know, that sit on their fucking lazy ass, fucking, you know, open their fucking mouthpiece saying, oh, no, we don't want it this way. Because at the end of the day, they have the final say so on everything. Hope you motherfuckers realize that. So the president is not, doesn't really have that as much power as you think he does. Yeah, he could bring ideas and shit like that, but it's the Congress. It's Congress that gives that has the final say so and shit like that. But I hope you motherfuckers realize that, and like, you know, please vote, because you know that's definitely important. You know, because when you vote, you know, we definitely get to, because what people don't realize is that we have the we have the power to change this whole place, but we don't use it. We don't use that power correctly. What we do, oh, we go try to camp out for the latest Jordans, for the iPhone 5. You know, we waste our energy on stupid shit that's gonna become low in value. You know what I mean? And I just wish people would be more sensible about shit. You know what I mean? But that's just me. I think you guys, everybody should vote, especially black people, minorities in general, just everybody in general, young people. We need to vote, because our voice does definitely make a difference. I know it sounds corny and shit, but it really do, because majority. What I like about this country, majority rules. But then sometimes that sucks too, because you might have, you know, an idea that you might not agree with, but you know, like I said, majority rules, you know, and that's how it goes. That's enough for that. The two that pisses me off is fucking, that irks me, is sports fans, excessive, like fanboys, like I said, like, you know, excessive sports fans. For example, like, let's say, because you know right now it's football season now and stuff like that. You know, I see this shit on Facebook all the fucking time. You know, just, you know, people going overboard over a fucking game, man. It's like, okay, like, for example, and then it's like a lot of sore losers too, which is what I notice about sports fans. You know, okay, you know, for example, you know, because with football, you know, you got the Jets, you know, you got the Steelers and all that shit. When you guys go hard over that shit. It's like, if you guys lose a game, like, oh man, yo, that sucks. You know, they got lucky, blah 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 blah. And then it's like they could, and it's like, if you see another person, another fan from a different team, you guys, you know, get overboard with it. Like, yo, you want to fight him because he's from a different team and shit like that. It's like, it's fucking ridiculous. I'll give you an example. You have there was a story, I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago, it was a couple years ago back, where you had a Yankee fan. He was with his daughter. He's walking the streets of Boston, because you know Boston and Reds, you know, the Red Sox and Yankees, they got beef and shit like that. You know, that rivalry that they had going on for years. And you know, you had this guy walking the streets of Boston, whatever. And you had this one jerk off, you know, from Boston, you know, a Red Sox fan, obviously. He sees a guy with his Yankee apparel, and he, you know, goes up to the guy, beats the shit out of him in front of his 4-year-old daughter. Like really? Just because he's from a different team, he's a fan from a different team? Like, are you that fucking serious? Like, that shit gets out of control, man. Like, you guys take shit way too seriously. It's a fucking game. If you guys lose, you lose. That's it. I do agree. You got some coaches, some refs that call some bullshit calls, but yo, what can you do? You know what I mean? And then, like, if you go to as far as like Europe and like Latin America and, you know, other countries, they actually have gangs pertaining to that soccer team. Especially in Europe, like if you go to like England or like Poland and those countries and shit like that, they actually have gangs for those soccer teams, and which is crazy. I don't know if they're still doing that. All my European subscribers, let me know about that, if they're still doing that. I think that shit's ridiculous, but hey, it is what it is. Adult movie you guys should check out is a movie called Green Street Hooligans, featuring Elijah Wood. Very dope movie. It touches on that, like, you know, about a American kid that goes out with a girl from England and stuff like that, and her brother is part of a gang. Like I said, it's part of of a gang that's pertaining to a particular football club or a soccer club. Um, in that part of England and stuff like that. And he sees and Elijah Woods get so deep into it, he becomes part of that gang, and he fights and they fight other people from different towns and shit like that. Different, what I mean? It's like it's stupid and it's ridiculous. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's just my point is, sports fans, it's just a fucking game. It's not that serious. Yeah, it's cool to have your support. You have your your pride and stuff like that. But don't take it to a heat like where motherfuckers get hurt or killed. You know what I mean? Because it takes the fun way out of the game. And that's it on the sports shit. Another thing too that pisses me off, what that irks me is dating sites. Dating sites, I really don't get. To me, they're not for everybody. If you if you like if you're finding love, if you're trying to find love in you know dating sites, that's cool. I'm not knocking that, but it hasn't worked for me. I don't know, but because like you could put certain things like you put your profile pic. Obviously, you're gonna put your best profile pic that that's you want to look presentable. You know what I mean? That's how it is. But it's just like some of these girls, man, is just so fucking shallow with this shit. It's like they go for looks. They don't look at people's person. Not to say all girls are like that, but you got some of them that are just shallow. You know what I mean? And it's just like they just go by looks. They don't really care about the guy's personality, which you should go by. That goes for guys too. Guys go for looks and shit like that. Um, Not knowing that looks fade eventually. You know what I mean? So as you get older, unless you like maintain that shit. But this whole shallow shit, like it's just about looks and stuff like that. It just does not make sense to me. You should go by the look person's attributes. Does he make you laugh? Does she make you laugh? What are her strong points? Intelligence. Her interests, your interests, the guy's interests. Stuff like that. That's the important stuff. But if you guys going for looks and stuff like that, that's all good. But like that's a thing of the moment. You know what I mean? Looks are gonna get you, but so far. I wish people would realize that. You know what I mean? But like I've tried plenty of fish. I've sent like 30 messages to girls and shit like that. No response, and it's like I gave up on it. I deleted that shit. Makes no sense. Same thing in real life. Like you talk to a girl and stuff like that, or a guy, or vice versa. If you're a girl talking to a guy, you know, they just judge you based on your looks. You know what I mean? And it shouldn't be that way, but I guess that's how the cookie crumbles. It's just people's shallow behavior. You know what I mean? And it doesn't get you too far. You know what I mean? But what can you do? My point is, don't give up. You'll find somebody, but just try different avenues about this shit. Don't just depend on dating sites, cause like I said, that shit don't work for everybody. It doesn't work for me, but I'm trying. You know what I mean? But that's the thing too. Another thing too that pisses me off is fucking what's that? Feminists. All these feminists, man. I think is the reason why. Is the reason why a lot of guys and women are single, because of this whole feministic. I don't know, like this whole movement now with the feminism is going on at an all time high, like saying, "Oh, yo, niggas ain't shit," blah 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 blah, and that attitude makes you show you like, damn, do you not like guys or something? Like, what's going on? And then you wonder why you can never get a guy, because that mentality that you have. Same thing for guys, you got guys that say, "Oh, bitches ain't shit," blah 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 blah, and that mentality is gonna get you nowhere. You're never gonna get a girl if you have that mentality. And that shit is like, cause I see this shit all the time on Facebook, saying, "Yo, women like niggas ain't shit," all guys are the same. No, it's the niggas that you go out with. You know what I mean? You guys, women go out for guys, but all the pretty boys. And that's not to say all pretty boys are like that, but because of their looks, they're gonna get their heads gassed up and shit like that, and then they're gonna know because they know automatically with their looks, you know, they know they're gonna get everything. They're gonna get everything that's offered to them and stuff like that. And it shouldn't be that way, but that's how it is. It always happens. Like if you're a pretty girl, you work. You always get things handed to you. But if you're an average person, looking person, you know, you have to work hard for it. You know what I mean? Because I can relate to that. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. That's how the cookie crumbles. I feel like everybody should be a humble. I think humility is key. Everybody should become a humble person because I feel like life is too hard and too short for that shit. That whole shallow behavior is stupid. It gets you nowhere in life. But getting back to the whole feminist shit, like this is ridiculous. The whole point of feminists, why women became feminists, is because back in the day, like back in like this 19th century, women didn't, especially here in America, they did not have rights. It's like it's just they were like pretty much like slaves and shit like that. It's like you cook, you clean the house, that's it. But then you had women that got tired of that and they formed a movement. And back in the 1920s and back in the early 20th century, and then I think in 1920 is when it was the year that women had the right to vote, some shit like that, if I'm not mistaken. And that was the whole point of the whole feminist shit. You know what I mean? But then you got these girls that take that shit to the head, like they misconstruing the whole feminist movement. You know what I mean? And it's just it sucks, yo. Like it makes it hard for guys to go get a decent girl. You get girls that are bitter and shit like that, and vice versa with the guys. You got guys that are bitter and shit like that, and it like the whole thing. Like just because it happened to you, something bad happened to you, don't take it on the other person. You know what I mean? Because that shit happens to me all the time. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That shit irks me, and that's it. I know it's kind of short, kind of half-assed, but stay tuned for more rants. Peace.